I am Mrs. Lefevers. This is high school Spanish, and these are the adaptations that I've made to make access to education equitable for remote kids and face-to-face kids during COVID. But I did want to share one application that I like a lot, and I don't know if it's the kids' favorite, but I like it because it's so versatile. It's called wordwall.net, and if I put in one set of vocabulary words or questions, like last week, we did questions about our novel. We're reading a novel, and it can be completely electronic, and you can play the game, and it asks the question and it's multiple choice. But with that one set of questions, I can go over here to the activities and have this option for all the activities. The other thing I wanted to point out was that it has all of these printables, so I can do the exact same activity electronically with remote students and then print out the same activity, just print it right from there for my in-class students.
So in science here at THS, we're trying to kind of get back into doing labs, doing them as safely as possible, spacing people out, making sure we're sanitizing equipment. I know for me, we're attempting to grow some bacteria and stain them, trying to get a little bit more hands-on. Some classes are able to go outside a little bit more, kind of use our natural areas that we have here. So doing our best to still provide a hands-on experience while still maintaining social distancing and sanitization protocols.
Hi everybody, my name is Ted Cadill, and I'm teaching right now Honors World History. And right now in Honors World History, we're looking at the features of civil disobedience, how to plan a successful protest using civil disobedience, as we're kind of studying Gandhi, and of course he makes famous and uses civil disobedience well. So right now in class we're doing that in small group, and we're going to discuss kind of these features that we've read about and learned about. What makes this challenging right now, and what I've been asked is how do I handle this both with in-class students and online students, and it can be really challenging as like all lesson plans need to be adapted for that online component. So we do our best to bring the online students into the discussion with our students in the classroom as well. So far it's definitely been a challenge, but one that has been worthwhile, and still trying our best to make it happen with quality every day.
Hi, my name is Ms. Clovecorn, and I teach math here at Talawanda High School. During the past semester, now that we've been back in person, we've been able to do, a lot more to support our students. But even when we were virtual, we've been using a lot of technology for math, which even though it's tough at times, actually gives us some really cool opportunities for students to be able to self-check and self-assess as we go along. And we've still been able to do some tests and do some quizzes to be able to make sure that they're on the right track, and we're keeping them ready to go for next year too.
We had to cover a lot of creative things this year in the yearbook because a lot of things got canceled, but lucky for us, this was an online program, so we could do it from a distance. The other classes that I teach, and then also Mr. Mills teaches in engineering, we do use Windows machines and Windows programs, so we had to try to come up with a way to remote log in students so that they could use our machines on their Chromebooks. And lucky for us, we have such a great IT department, we were able to figure out how to get that done, and things have been going great.
Last spring was really challenging for everybody, of course, and in AP Lit we were just getting ready to do our final preparation for the College Board AP exam. Our group still scored what the College Board labels as above the global mean.
So now that we're back in session, even though we're all wearing masks and we have desk shields, it's just good to be here working with students.
So English 1 has been a little bit challenging, trying to keep it and make sure that all the kids are still on pace to learn the things that we always think are important to teach, whether it's the text like Knight or Romeo and Juliet, or the skills like how to write a persuasive essay, how to write a essay of information, anything like that. These are things that I think are important regardless of how we put them out there.
Teachers' energies are really being stretched in a different way than they normally are, but great things are happening. Students are reading books. We've learned that it's really better to give students a lot of choice in what they read, and I feel like that's really helped my students focus and actually read their books.
Really, it's just about adapting them so that we can make sure that whether you're online or whether you're in the classroom, I'm available to help, the students are available to ask questions,
So even though we faced these challenges and the structure of the exam was kind of different than we anticipated, students still did really well and did comparable to what students have done with the lit exam in the past year, so I was really proud of them.
During this time of a lot of uncertainty, one thing that remains relatively consistent at the high school is the meeting of different clubs. Take, for example, the Talawanda Tribune, which meets every Tuesday at 4:30 for around 45 minutes. At weekly meetings, writers turn in their work, brainstorm ideas, and get assigned new articles. The group is currently working on putting together their annual magazine, Changing Perspectives, with hopes to have it finished by the end of this month, and in the meantime is focusing on putting out new articles every week.